Do you want to learn Japanese efficiently and without making a detour? Or you are the person like this? Yes, I want to learn Japanese fast, but have no idea where to start and how. I'm gonna talk about 6 ways to learn Japanese, especially without making a detour, which most learners do. Also, I'll share a bonus tip, which is really important one, actually. So stick around and watch until the end. Welcome to Experience Japan with Yuka. I'm Yuka, helping you learn Japanese and Japanese culture. Before we get going, I want to just share with you guys, down below in the description, it's a link for 250 plus useful Japanese phrases with audio. Of course, I include the phrases you need when traveling to Japan. This PDF with audio is gonna fit beginners and also who is planning to travel to Japan. Okay, so let's dive into the tip number 1. Decide what you want to do when you are able to use Japanese at your desired level. Almost all learners skip this part, but actually this is really important. Yes, it's impossible to set the goal for learning languages because you've already known there is no limit. It totally depends on how far you want to go. And in my opinion, that's why you need to set your desired goal. And that goal shouldn't be, okay, I want to be able to speak Japanese. This can't be the goal. You can't set the goal like this. As I mentioned, this doesn't show the goal line. Learning languages are marathon, not a sprint. So can you run the marathon without a goal? I don't think so, and I don't want to do that. Also, the language itself is a communication tool. So I want you to think about what you want to do when you get the Japanese language as a tool. When you figure out this part, you get a crystal clear idea of what level you need to reach. So please don't skip this part. Tip 2. Figure out what you need and don't need. After you set your desired goal and know the current Japanese level, the most important thing is that you need to figure out what you need and don't need. If you want to take the JLLP test, yes, please study with textbook, Genki. If you want to learn Japanese to have communications with Japanese, please don't do the things you don't need. I strongly recommend you focusing on what you really need to learn first. I'm sure you don't have to make a detour with this concept. Tip number 3. Know who you are. Yes, please know who you are, meaning please remember what you like and don't like. And please do what you like and are interested in. For example, if you like anime, manga, video games, please use them. If you're interested in Japanese culture, please use the material about it. Making your learning journey fun is the most important key to getting your result faster. Tip number 4. Decide how you'll proceed. Self-study or get some help. So, do you plan to do self-study or are you already doing so? Or you're gonna take lessons or you've already started? It's totally up to you. But either way, there are 2 super important things you need to keep in mind. The first one is sound. Well, if I was asked what would be the most important point of learning Japanese, I would say the sound. Because the sound system and the sound itself of Japanese and English are totally different. You can't avoid this part. So if you choose to self-study, you need to think about how to deal with this. Otherwise, yes, you have a lot of Japanese language knowledge, but you can't use them. This is a disaster. And the second one is feedback. This is really crucial. Once you want to learn and improve something, you need to get a proper feedback. This is the key to success. Again, if you choose self-study, please consider how to deal with this. Also, even if you are taking lessons and don't get any proper feedback, this is nothing. It means that you waste your time and money with the number of lessons you take. Tip number 5. Decide deadline. Like I said, there is no limit when it comes to learning a language. That's why I recommend you set the deadline. But this deadline shouldn't be your final goal. Because if your goal is to do business with Japanese customers and you're gonna start learning Japanese from now, your goal will be more than 2 years ahead, right? If 2 years ahead sounds comfortable with you, that's fine. But usually for many people, it sounds unrealistic. So please set the goal like 3 months or 6 months from now and decide what you want to be able to do in Japanese. Tip number 6, set the pace. Usually many people just tend to squeeze many things in their schedule at the beginning and end up not being able to complete some of them. Have you ever experienced like this before? I have. So don't worry, you are not the only one. To avoid this, start with 15 minutes a day and use your spare time. And once you are comfortable with 15 minutes a day, you're gonna extend 30 minutes, 60 minutes. And I don't recommend learn Japanese only during weekends, like for 4 hours or 5 hours, 6 hours. Please try to expose yourself to Japanese every day. Even 5 minutes a day is fine. This is really important too. Okay, extra bonus tip. Know Japanese culture and their communication styles. Well, I call this bonus tip, but actually this is really important. I know I just keep saying important, right? But they are, and this one too. Since the culture and communication styles of Japanese and English speakers are really different, you definitely need to understand and acquire them. Otherwise, yes, you speak and understand Japanese, but you can't understand them and they misunderstand you. This is really scary and you don't want to put yourself in this kind of situation. Like I said, the Japanese language is just a communication tool. Your goal is that you want them to understand you and you want to understand them through conversations in Japanese, right? So please keep this in mind. Okay, they are the 7 tips, including a bonus tip. What do you think about that? I know you might say, hey Yuka, I just want to know what exactly I should learn step by step. Please don't worry, I know that. In the next video, I'm gonna talk about it for those who want to learn Japanese as communication skill, not the JLPT test. Okay, here's my question for you today. What is your plan for your learning Japanese? Let me know in the comment below. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to hit the bell too. And I'm so grateful that you stuck around and watched this video. Okay, I'll see you in the next video then. じゃあね